Okay, there's a lot going on in the Caribbean Sea. Let's talk about it.
A lethal strike. Breaking news. Brand new video you're looking at the moment that President Trump said the U.S. military struck a suspected drug boat tied to the Carten Tren de Aragua. Trump said 11 people, drug traffickers, he says, were killed in this strike in international waters.
So recently, the President of the United States ordered an airstrike on a fishing boat. That is very unusual. Usually the price of the drugs doesn't equate to the price of an American missile. So why would Trump order this boat destroyed like that? Well, a lot of Americans don't know is Trump and Nicolas Maduro have a ongoing feud. It goes way back to the first time Trump was president. He was, matter of fact, Trump indicted Maduro and then offered a $50 million bounty, the highest bounty America has ever offered on any leader in the Western Hemisphere. So there's a few questions about this strike. Number one, was it verified? How do we know that those men on that fishing boat weren't just out fishing, right? Normally boisterous president hasn't spoken about it since he acknowledged that he ordered it. He ordered the strike and then went silent. He hasn't even talked to Fox News about it, so nobody really knows why he did it or how much verification they have. Was there drugs on the boat? It was a pretty good strike. I don't know if there was drugs on the boat. I don't know about recovering any of it. It doesn't look like it was. So the second question in that is, why would you destroy suspected drug runners in international waters? So normally when you're in international waters, you haven't committed a crime. There are rules of engagement. For all we know, bad things happen when you make assumptions and start destroying boats from other countries when they're not in your water. Things like this are usually provocation for war, which we'll get to later. So a lot of Americans aren't privy to, unless you're really geopolitically interested, that the United States had already in the region 3 Arleigh Burke-class destroyers. But there are now a slew of ships there, and there are 2 Gators. What Gators are marine carriers. That's bad news when you're having an open disagreement with the United States government. It's one thing for them to park an aircraft carrier off your shores. That usually means they want to hurt you or take out some military targets. But when they park Marines off the coast of your ship, off the coast of your lands, that usually means they want regime change. That is the biggest threat the United States have had since the Iraq War, the first time. So I would be remiss if I didn't mention one big glaring fact that people don't understand. Why is all this happening in the first place? Well, some people could say it's the oil. Venezuela has more oil than anybody, anywhere. A lot of people don't realize that. There's more oil in Venezuela than there is in the Middle East. It used to be tapped by American companies until we started sanctioning them, right? Currently, Maduro and his family run drugs for the Chinese into America. They don't produce the drugs that are flown into America, right? There are certain drugs, what is it called? Fentanyl. Fentanyl is produced overseas. It's produced in China that we know of. It's produced in China. Instead of coming directly to the United States, they go to Nicaragua, have it mixed in with cocaine, and then they have it shipped to America. It seems like a roundabout way of doing things, but if China wants to keep its hands clean off the fentanyl it's producing, it has to have a third party involved. And the third party they choose many third parties, but we have, our hands aren't clean either. So our hands are dirty with the guns. The guns in Mexico, the guns in Venezuela, the guns all over South America come from America. So they give us drugs, we give them guns. So it's a terrible cycle. But we as Americans, we're going to focus on the part that hurts us, which is the drugs. Record numbers of overdoses. It's getting bad out there. So it's a terrible epidemic in America. And it's touching all parts of America now. So now America is going to respond. We could say, hey, let's not give them guns. Let's find out who the people are giving guns are and find all that. But if we don't give them guns, it's going to be money. So this is an ongoing feud between two men who are machismo. Instead of using intellect and finesse, they're going to use a hammer. And it's going to come to an interesting end. So that is what we're talking about right now.